Hey everybody, it's Ozark Pepper One, and as a changing of the season, it makes me start thinking of subjects that probably don't mean much, but I'm always a thinker when it comes to things that I wonder if this or I wonder if that. And here's one of the things I've always wondered: does the climate, and I'm not a climate change person, I'm saying regional climates, wherever you live, like say you live in Africa, it's more of a hot desert, dry in certain areas, high humidity in some areas. That'd be South America, the tip of Mexico, uh, Florida. Or if you move out to Arizona, it's dry. Or if you move to the Northwest, it's pretty mild temperatures year round. I mean, high of 85 and a low of 40 for the average temperature. Now, what if migration of peoples to a land where the climate is not what their DNA has been exposed to for thousands of years? Now, what if that causes the illnesses that popped up all of a sudden in the last 200 years, especially in America? I mean, I know we got processed foods and poisons and sprayed crops and all this stuff that causes a lot of it. But also, you take a guy from England, where they mostly have mild temperatures compared to what we have in the Midwest, and you take a guy from England and you move him to the southern states, like in the 1800s, a lot of the people in the southern states were from English colonies. And the Midwest, we've got a lot of French and natives. You know, certain parts of the East Coast, they have a lot of Italians, but they tend to stay. There's a lot of Italians in the area of Boston and New Jersey and New York, and it's kind of a similar climate to where they came from. So it probably helps with their longevity. But let's say you take a Frenchman or an Englishman who lived off the coast of France or the coast of England, and they always had that ocean breeze, and they always had that mild temperature of, you know, high of 85, low of 40 in the winter, in Fahrenheit. What if that the DNA is not, you know, programmed to be in a scorching heat of the Midwest of America or the South of America, and that's causing a lot of these earlier than planned heat strokes and heart attacks and things over the past 100 years. It's something that's always been on my mind. I was like, you got this person that's snowy white, and they're down here they're down in the tip of Texas or somewhere where it's just hot, and you know that person's not made for that. And any of you guys that's ever worked outside and you've worked alongside a black man or a Mexican, you notice they're human too. They get hot just like we do. They're just, we're all the same when it comes to that, but they're a little tougher when it comes to the heat. Uh, they're their switch doesn't go off as quick as ours does when we're out in the heat. But in the same thing, when we're up in the cold, and the Russian people are a good example of that, and the Finnish people, and to get to a place where it's extremely cold, they're tough. And the British are tough when it gets cold because it's a more it's what we're from. It's what we're adapted to. And to pull us out of that environment we've always been in for thousands of years, and then say, boom, you're here in the middle of the high humidity heat, middle of America. Something's got to give on that, because you're in a constant state of misery during those summer months, and it can't be healthy. And it's definitely not healthy when you're working. That's when all the violence takes place. That's when all the outdoor companies are begging for workers because nobody wants to work in the heat. No, I don't know. It was just a deep thought, and I thought about it because of the change of the season. Anyway, you'll have a great weekend. Ozark Prepper 1 out.